ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। भूमज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुं श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सगणरघुनाथां विदं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्री राधा कृष्ण पादान सगण ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितं हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधो जगतपति गोपेश गोपिका कांद राधा कांद नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमः ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत् नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनदारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्यमीश्वरं योऽन्तः प्रविश्य मम वाचमिमां प्रसूक्तां सञ्जीवयति अखिलशक्तिधरस्वधाम्नां अन्यां च हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणां नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यं जयदं सुरदो पङ्गोर्मम मन्दमतिर्गति मत्सर्वस्य पादाम्बुजो राधां मदनमोहनो तमादिदेवं करुणानिधानं तमालवर्णं सुहृदावतारम् अपार संसार समुद्र सेतुं भजामहे भागवत स्वरूपं परमानंद पाठाय प्रेमवर्षि अक्षराय दे सर्वदा सर्वसेव्याय श्रीकृष्णाय नमोऽस्तु मे गुरुवे गौरचंद्राय राधिकाय तदालय कृष्णाय कृष्ण भक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः। हरे कृष्णा हरि ओम तत्सत्। So welcome all the devotees for today's Srimad Bhagavatam class. We are reading from first canto, second chapter, 24th verse onwards. पार्थ्वेदात् दारुणो धूमस्तस्मादग्निस्त्रयीमया तमसस्तु रजस्तस्मात् सत्त्वं यद्ब्रह्म दर्शनम् पार्थ्वेदात् दारुणो धूमस्तस्मादग्निस्त्रयीमया तमसस्तु रजस्तस्मात् सत्त्वं यद्ब्रह्म दर्शनम्। Okay, शिल्पा माता जी and प्रभु।
पार्थिवाद्वारुणो दुस्मात्स्मादग्निस्त्रयीमया तमसस्तु रजस्तस्मात् तत्स्वं यद्ब्रह्म दर्शनम्।
Translation.
Hare Krishna. Firewood is a transformation of earth, but smoke is better than the raw wood. And fire is still better, for by fire we can derive the benefits of superior knowledge through Vedic sacrifices. Similarly, passion, rajas, is better than ignorance, tamas, but goodness, sattva, is best because by goodness one can come to realize the absolute truth. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So here it is said that comparing tamogun, rajogun, and satogun, so which is better? So comparison is given. Okay, example is given here. Firewood is transformation of earth. All that we see in this material world is a transformation of the 5 gross elements. Which are the 5 gross elements? Panchamahabhuta.
Panchamahatita, yeah. Correct. Prabhuji.
Panchamahabhuta. What?
Yeah, water, fire, earth, ether,
Yeah. Okay. Earth, water, fire, air, ether.
air,
So
ether.
everything, whatever we see in this material world, it's a transformation of any of this element or mixture of this element. So firewood is a transformation of earth, but smoke is better than the raw wood. Okay? Smoke is better than the raw wood, and fire is still better. So smoke is considered to be the ignorance, mode of ignorance. Fire is compared to the mode of passion. Okay, and by fire we can derive the benefits of superior knowledge. We use the fire for sacrifices, various sacrifices. Similarly, passion, rajas, is better than ignorance, tamas, but goodness, sattva, is best because by goodness one can come to realize the absolute truth. I mean, sorry. So, earth, firewood, smoke, fire, like that. This is given. So, tamoguna, rajoguna, and satoguna. So, what is that? Firewood, smoke, and fire. Tamoguna, rajoguna, and satoguna. So, this is the example or comparison given. So, which is best out of these three? Satoguna, right? Or fire. Right? So, as explained above, one can get released from the conditioned life of material existence by devotional service to the personality of Godhead. It's further comprehended herein that one has to rise to the platform of the mode of goodness, sattva, so that one can be eligible for the devotional service to of the Lord. So that the devotional service to the Lord, that is possible. The best way is to be situated in the mode of goodness. People in Tamoguna also worship. People in Rajoguna also worship. But which is the best? People in the mode of goodness, Sattva. That is highest as far as the material. But one has to even transcend the mode of goodness, come to the state of mode of pure goodness, Vishuddha Sattvic. Okay. So that is the pure devotional service. So we are all doing devotional service. Okay. Every one of us, those who are believers of supreme absolute truth, Sanatana Dharma, they accept that there is God, there is some superpower. Okay. They all accept that. But how do they worship? They worship in three different modes. Some of them worship in tamoguna or mode of ignorance. Some of them worship in the mode of rajas, that is passion. Some of them worship in the mode of goodness or sattva. So out of the three, the people who worship in the mode of goodness is the highest. But if you want to really get out of this material existence, go to the spiritual world, we have to even rise from the mode of goodness. One has to come to the platform of pure mode of goodness, which the sattvic. Okay. So that is in that mode only, the pure devotional service without any contamination. Even in goodness, in this material world, there is some contamination. There is some desire. But in pure mode of goodness, the pure devotional service happens. There is no sense gratification there. There is no personal agenda there. So that we will learn now. But if there are impediments on the progressive path, anyone, even from the platform of tamas, can gradually rise to the sattva platform by the expert direction of the spiritual master. So it is possible for all of us, even if we are in the lower modes of passion and ignorance, it is possible for us to rise to the mode of goodness, provided we get an expert direction of a spiritual master. Sincere candidates must therefore approach an expert spiritual master for such a progressive march, and the bona fide expert spiritual master is competent to direct a disciple from any stage of life, tamas, rajas, or sattva. So why it is necessary to approach a spiritual master, bona fide spiritual master? Because he by his expert advice, we all can transcend, rise above tamas and rajas, come to the platform of sattva, and from sattva to the mode of pure goodness, that is Vishuddha sattva. Now people may ask, why is it necessary that we should approach a spiritual master, that we should have spiritual master? Yes, it is necessary. Even if we know theoretically, okay, after studying these books, we come to know this is what we are supposed to do. Without the help of a spiritual master, without the guidance of the spiritual master, without his blessings, we won't be able to do the devoted service nicely. So we need the empowerment from the spiritual master, because he is the person who connects us to the Supreme Lord. Okay. Just like when we are cooking, Shilpa Mataji, when you are cooking, okay, the rice or curries, when you are cooking, you are stirring with a spoon, right? You don't use the hand, right? We don't use the hand, we use a spoon. Why do we use that? Otherwise, you'll burn your hand, right? So here, Krishna is so pure, we are impure. We have no access to touch or reach the pure because we are so impure. So we need a via medium to connect us, to make us pure, so that we can reach the pure. Isn't it? So this via medium is necessary so that we may be able to approach this Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is all pure.
Right.
So just like we are using a what do you call, a spoon to stir whatever we are cooking, it's a via medium, okay, in between. Similarly, we also need a spiritual master so that he can connect us to the Supreme Lord. If we want to come in that chain, if we want to be part of the chain, or if we want to be the part of the sampradaya, we need to connect. We need to be a part. So suppose there is a necklace, okay, and we are all what the beads of the necklace. Okay. We have to be put through a thread. So then only we'll be in the necklace. So the thread is the Supreme Lord. We are part and parcel of that. If the bead is outside, how we can be a part of the necklace?
We
It's not
cannot
possible.
do.
So we need a via media, and the spiritual master help us to put this bead like us into the thread, so that we can always be in relation with the Supreme Lord. So we should be a part of the Sampradaya. Without the spiritual master's recommendation, his guidance, his empowerment, it is not possible for us to come in the Sampradaya and get connected to the chain. So that's why we need a spiritual master. That's why it said that, gradually rise to the Sattva platform by the expert direction of the spiritual master. Sincere candidates must therefore approach expert spiritual master. We may chant the Hare Krishna Mahamandra. We may chant, we may do so many other devotional service. But if we are not connected to the Sampradaya through a medium of spiritual master, the expected result will not come. Just like, for example, our Kapil Prabhu, he has all the knowledge. He has read all the books. He's a very voracious reader, and he knows all the subjects, but he doesn't have a university certificate. Will he get a job? A recognized university certificate is not there. So how the company recognized Kapil Prabhu? On the basis of the certificate from the university, or even for that matter, experience certificate from a company. So even though you may have the required, ability to do anything and everything, but unless and until you have a valid certification or a certificate, you will not get a good job. Similarly, we should be recommended by a bona fide spiritual master, and he only can empower us. So that is the requirement of a spiritual master. So without even chanting the mantra, we are all chanting the same mantra. So when it is given by the spiritual master, this mantra, and when we chant upon his instruction, he empowers us to chant in a nice way, and we get the desired result. Otherwise, we will not get the desired result. Result will be there because we are chanting the Lord's name, but not as I expected. So that is the difference. So expert spiritual master is competent to direct a disciple from any stage of life, tamas, rajas, and sattva. So we should know that unless and until we are empowered by the spiritual master, our progress in spiritual life will be very, very slow. If we are empowered, for example, I can give you an example. Srila Prabhupada, when he was in the early stage of his time in New York, USA, and other places, he has a handful of disciples, but very sincere, dedicated. He empowers them. You say, okay, you go to America, open a center. You go to London, open a center. They're all new. They don't have much idea of Vedic system. And they go. And on the instruction of Srila Prabhupada, they all go without money, without any support. They go and they start. They succeed in their mission also. Why? Along with the instruction, Srila Prabhupada empowers them. So all the disciples of Srila Prabhupada, they say the same thing. It's not our ability that we went there and started a temple or a congregation. It is because Srila Prabhupada has empowered us. His empowerment, whatever he say, it will come true. You go and start a temple. Why it happens? What is the reason that whatever Srila Prabhupada says, it will happen? It is not because of the ability of the disciple. So what's the secret behind that? Can anyone say? Why? See, so an ordinary person says, you go and apply for some job. Ordinary person. It doesn't happen. But a devotee says, okay, you go, you will succeed. You will get good marks in the exam, or you will get a job. Why it happens when a devotee says, when a pure devotee says? But when an ordinary person say, it doesn't happen. Why? What's the difference? Why do we take blessings from the seniors? Why do we take? We take when some sannyasis or maharajas comes, we ask for blessings. Okay? And they bless also. If they really bless, it will happen. Because with their tapobhal, they have got the strength of the austerity. With that, they bless us. You know the blessings of Gandhari to Duryodhan?
Yeah, Prabhuji, yes.
You all know it, no?
Yeah, correct.
How Duryodhan's body became steel?
Because of that tapasya, what Gandhari did.
Because of the tapasya of Gandhari. And all that energy she has invested in Duryodhan, Tapobhal. If anybody else does that, will that happen? No. Similarly, all these pure devotees of the Lord, Maharajas, when they bless from the heart, and it will happen. Similarly, Prabhupada also, bless you. My blessings are there. You go and start. You will succeed because his empowerment is there. So that's the difference. So whenever, and one thing we have to be very careful that when Maharajas comes, sannyasis comes, pure devotees come, we should never ask for material benediction. We should ask for spiritual progress. That is what is required. And they are not interested in any material thing, especially the real sadhus. There are so many pseudo sadhus who gives that material progress. Okay, you'll become a good merchant, businessman, you'll be top in this, top in that. But that's all for name and fame, for money. But the real sadhu is one who blesses for spiritual advancement. And we should also be careful that should not ask for any material benefit from the sadhus, because our goal is, especially in the human form of life, to get out of this material existence. Other things, getting a job, getting money, getting name, fame, this will come automatically according to our karma. Nobody has to bless for that. Good or bad, according to our karma, we'll get. So whatever we are enjoying now, whatever we are suffering now, it's all because of our karma. Nobody can change that. This prarabdha karma, nobody can. Yes, some little bit here and there by the blessings of God, if we take up devotional service, it may change. Till our birth, whatever karma we have done in our previous birth, that becomes our destiny. From the time we take birth and whatever actions we are doing, again, that determines our future destiny. So between destiny and choice, we have to choose. Okay, destiny will come at the same time. In this life, what we are going to do, that makes another karma, further adding to that karma. So we can choose. So even the destiny can be changed provided we take a right course of action in this present life. You got it? So there are two. One is destiny, other one is our choice. Destiny cannot be changed, but it can be changed provided we change the course of action in this life. So I was telling the other day, one example of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj. Okay, so there was a devotee, disciple in his ashram. So after some time, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj called him and told him, you take sannyas. So the disciple said, oh, Maharaj, I cannot take sannyas. I have already consulted with an astrologer and he told me that I'm going to take grahasthasrama and I will have so many children, so I will live with my family. So if I take sannyas, how it will happen? So I don't think I will be able to be a sannyasi, because already the astrologer told me that we are going to enter into grahasthasrama and he will have so many children. Then Maharaj said, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj said, I am telling you, you take sannyasa. And since it was the order of his guru, he had to accept it. Then time went by. After so many years, he was so determined. He became a very good sannyasi, and he was leading so many programs and activities. And few years later, he happens to meet the astrologer who predicted that he will enter into grahasthasrama. So he was wonderstruck. I have predicted, I have seen your chart, astrological chart, that you are supposed to be a grahastha. How is that you have become a sannyasa? Then again he checked the astrological chart. Then that, it is not there in his astrological chart that he is going to be a grahastha. It is changed. The destiny has changed. See how it changes? It is just because of the spiritual master empowerment. And otherwise, he would have entered into grahasthasrama. Just because he accepted the instruction and blessings of the spiritual master, he became sannyasi, and his astrological chart also changed. He never entered into the grahasthasrama. So this is a choice that we make it. Somebody slaps me, okay? Usually, without any reason, if somebody slaps me, what I will do, I will give 2 if I am able to. Otherwise, I will run away from there, isn't it? If I'm not able to, if I'm not able to. But then just pause for a while and think, why did somebody hit me without any reason? I did not do anything. So I should think, oh, maybe some karma vala I have to incur because of some karma which I have done in the earlier lives. For that, I'm getting a repayment now. So let me tolerate. So this action is good, or giving him 2 slaps in return, which is good?
The other one.
Tolerate.
Yeah, tolerate. Yeah.
Yeah. Why? Because if I tolerate, there'll be no further karma involved in that.
Yes. Otherwise, if we give 2 slap, then
I'll get
there will
again
be
4. Then there'll be enmity, there'll be revenge, all these things, and it will complicate our life. So if I could so this choice is mine. Isn't it? To tolerate or to give him back. So if I give him back, then the reaction after reaction after reaction will keep piling up. If I tolerate, the account is closed there. I have to just accept, I have done something wrong in my previous life for which I have paid back. I have been paid back. So this choice is mine. See, if I just react to that, then it is going to complicate my life with so many other consequences. So you got the destiny and choice. These are the difference. So
Yeah, correct.
anyway, from tamas to sattva, we have to progress. We have to transcend. So this is what Prabhupada says in the purport. So it is a mistake, therefore, to consider that worship of any quality or any form of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is equally beneficial. So many people have a wrong idea, a wrong conception that if you pray to anyone, any God, it is safe. Okay. For example, Ganapati, okay, Devi, Shiva, Brahma, Vishnu, Surya, Chandra. They're all gods, demigods. It's all Ishwaras only. But worshipping any of them is equal to Lord Vishnu? No. Many people mistake this. Many people have a misconception that's why it's a mistake. Therefore, to consider the worship of any quality or any form of Supreme Personality of Godhead is equally beneficial. No. It has got its own benefits. If you worship demigods, the benefit is something, the result is something. If you worship the Vishnu, the result is something else. Because in Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna very clearly says that. Yanti deva vrita devan tadar yanti pradarvaja bhudani yanti bhutani yanti bhudeja yanti madhyaji api mam. So if you worship devas, you'll go to their abode. If you worship ghosts and spirits, you'll go to their abode. If you worship the ancestors, you'll go to their abode. If you worship me, you'll come to my abode. You'll come to me. So how it is the same? It's not the same. Because the demigods are the exalted devotees or the authorized representatives of the Supreme Absolute Truth. It is not on the same platform. It's not equally beneficial. Except Vishnu, all separated forms are manifested under the conditions of material energy. And therefore, the forms of material energy cannot help anyone to rise to the platform of sattva, which alone can liberate a person from the material bondage. So, except Lord Vishnu or Vishnu Tattvas, all other demigods are under the material energy. Either in, what is the material energy? 3 gunas. Material energy is made of 3 gunas: tamas, rajas, and sattva. So they cannot make us elevate to the pure mode of goodness. Only when we worship the Supreme Lord Vishnu or his direct expansions, so Amsha, then it is possible for us to transcend the 3 modes of material nature or material energy. So the uncivilized state of life or the life of lower animals is controlled by the mode of tamas. Okay, so those who are uncultured, uncivilized, even among the human beings, they are controlled by the mode of tamas, tamoguna, including the animals. So animal and uncivilized, uncultured human beings are on the same platform. The civilized life of man with a passion for various types of material benefits is the stage of rajas. Civilized man with so much of desires, material desires, they are in rajas. Rajas means rajoguna, passion. Okay. Yeah. The rajas stage of life gives a slight clue to the realization of the absolute truth in the form of fine sentiments in philosophy, art, and culture with moral and ethical principles. But the mode of sattva is still higher stage of material quality, which actually helps one in realizing the absolute truth. So in tamoguna, it's very difficult for us to realize the Supreme Personality of Godhead and understand the science of God. In tamoguna, it's very difficult because we are uncivilized, uncultured, and leading an animalistic life. It's not possible. At least one should come to the stage of mode of passion or rajaguna to start understanding who we are, who God is, okay, and some philosophical aspect of it, art and culture, other things. Only in Satuguna, it is easy for us to understand the science of God. That's why one is to rise to the platform of Sattva or the mode of goodness. That's what Prabhupada says here. So, in other words, there is a qualitative difference between the different kinds of worshipping methods as well as the respective results derived from the predominating deity, namely Brahma, Vishnu, and Hara. Who is Hara?
Is Lord Shiva?
Lord Shiva, yes. Hari Hara Kshetra. Hari is Vishnu, Hara is Lord Shiva. So here it says there is a qualitative difference between the different kinds of worshiping methods. Worship in the mode of ignorance, worship in the mode of passion, worship in the mode of goodness. There's a qualitative difference. As well as the respective results derived from the predominating deities, namely Brahma, Vishnu. So when you worship Lord Brahma, the result is something. When you worship Lord Vishnu, the result is something else. When you worship Lord Shiva, the result is something else. So who can transcend us from this material existence? Brahma, Vishnu, or Hara?
Vishnu, Lord Vishnu.
Only Vishnu. Others can give us benediction so that we can have a good life in this material world. They cannot. That's why Lord Shiva says to Parvati, okay, my dear Devi, I can give you anything and everything. Any benediction you ask, I can give. I have the ability to give you, except one thing. What is that?
Moksha.
Moksha, Mukti. If you want Mukti, you have to go to Mukunda. Who is Mukunda? One who can give Mukti. Nobody else. They can assist us, help us, guide us. Lord Shiva can assist us, guide us, help us, all these things. But he cannot give Mukti himself. The only person who can give you Mukti is Mukunda. That's what Lord Shiva tells Parvati Mata. You ask anything, any boon you want, I can award you, but not Mukti.
Hare
Mukti
Krishna
Pradaya-
Prabhuji, your voice is
Okay.
not.
Okay, Hari Bol. Now it's okay.
No, it's fine.
Okay, so Mukti Pradayaka. Who gives Mukti? Only Vishnu can give, nobody else. And what's our goal?
Mukti, moksha.
Moksha. That is generally we say, but that is not our goal also. Our goal is Krishna Prema.
Yeah.
Generally, when people ask what's called mukti, we want to be away from these problems of material world. Okay? That is peace of mind, happiness. That's not the ultimate goal. The ultimate goal is Krishna Parama. That is the topmost goal, because in that the bliss that we derive in Krishna Prema, so it is just like the comparison is given. It's one boond, one drop of water in the ocean and the ocean. Can you compare the one drop of water and the whole ocean? What's the comparison? Similarly, this mukti is compared to the one drop of water in the ocean, and Krishna Prema is the whole ocean. So which is best? So,
Krishna Prema.
yeah, so we should aspire for that. Mukti is secondary. Mukti is a byproduct. Mukti is a byproduct. When we attain Krishna Prema, mukti, bhukti, everything is just like a maid servant. They will stay in front of us with their folded hands. Please accept us. We'll say, no, we don't want you. We have got something very, very higher than you. Why should we accept you? Just like, for example, we have a very, luxurious bungalow. Okay? And somebody is coming and offering us a small hut. Will we be interested in that? No. What's the comparison? So like that. So that's why they said when we worship other gods, the result is not the same when we worship Supreme Lord Vishnu. It's not the same. So, but then why it is recommended in our scriptures? It is there. Demigod worship is recommended for those who want some material benefits, those who are not advanced, those who doesn't know the value of worshipping the Supreme Lord Vishnu. Okay. Those who are after fruitive activities, for them this recommendation is given. For them this Purushartha is given. Dharmartha, Kama, Moksha. For pure devotee, they don't go for Artha, Kama and Moksha. They are doing Dharma to attain Krishna Prema, pure devotees. But those who are in the material world entangled in this sense gratificatory activities, they are following Dharma for Artha. When they get Artha, they want Kama. When they are fed up in Kama, they want Moksha. But the pure devotee following Dharma is just to get Krishna Prema. That is the ultimate. They don't want to, enjoy this material body or senses. They don't want economic development. So for such people, those who desire economic development and desires material benefits, for them, this provision is also given in our Shastras. Yes, Kabir Prabhu, you wanted something?
So, Prabhuji, Artha means economical and this money and
economic development, yes.
Okay, Prabhuji.
Okay, that is, so usually most of us are doing dharma, means following religious principles just to get artha, economic development. So when we get economic development, then we want to enjoy various desires. I want a good job, good wife, good husband, good children, bungalow, car, job, name, fame, all these things. This is, our desires, karma. Then when we desires all these things and it is not being fulfilled, what happens? We get angry. We get fed up. We get frustrated because I'm doing so much. I am helping my family so much. I'm doing so much to my family members. I'm not getting even an iota of gratitude from them. So many people get frustrated. No, you do so much to your family, you don't get anything in return. At least thanks, no gratitude, no kridatnyata. Okay. isn't it? So you get frustrated in this material world because it's all matalabi, all opportunists. You don't get the required recognition, you don't get the gratitude or thanks in return. You get fed up. So this place is not meant for me. I just want to somehow finish this life. I want mukti. So only when they get frustrated so much, then they will desire for mukti. That's the fourth one. So dharma, artha, kama, and moksha. But usually the desires keeps coming on and on and on and on. Nobody goes for mukti. We want to fulfill one desire, then immediately another desire comes, if that is fulfilled. Then immediately another desire comes. So, usually when I say, you have seen that tissue box, you take one tissue, another tissue pops up. When you take that, another tissue pops up. Like that, our desires keep coming again and again. It's never-ending process. So it's very seldom that people go for mukti. So we are stuck. Dharma, artha, and kama. Only when we are adequately frustrated, people will go for moksha or desire for moksha. This is it. So we took one sloka. I'll stop here because 9:30 there is standing session for Guru Maharaj. So 20, we have taken 24, right?
Yes, Prabhuji, yes.
So next is 25.
Yeah, chapter, which chapter, Prabhuji? This chapter is?
Second chapter. 1
Okay,
to 25. Next.
Oh.
So vanchakalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhubhya vacha patidanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo. Ananta Kodi Vaishnava ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai, Go Premanand.